good, YouTube? Slendy Revolution X here. Don't really know if this video is like a Slendy's talks or kind of just like I'm kind of pissed about the whole situation, so I'm going to vent to you guys. So, if you haven't heard, and clearly would have to be living under a rock to not have heard, Patrick Hoban is kind of caught in this altercation right now at the ARG Fort Lauderdale, and I think it was Fort Lauderdale, yeah. And so pretty much what happened was Gin lock, both players, same thing that kind of went on with the Dragon Rulers when they were like, hey, do you want to side out 6 cents? Or, hey, do you want to side out return? So that it makes for a more competitive game state, and it wasn't just pretty much like, oh, I get you with this card and I win, which is pretty much what happened with return, and which pretty much what happened in the Necroz's mirror match with the Gin lock. Now, if you guys can't tell, I kind of feel like crap. It's been kind of like a long week, and I'm kind of fighting this cold thing and the change in weather, and it's just like fighting the good fight. So, I apologize for me sounding very nasally, but kind of just something I wanted to get off my chest. And so anyway, this is kind of what happened, and Hoban was accused and doesn't deny a single thing, and he just kind of was like, hey, do you want to side out the Jin? He had one in his side deck and one in his main board, whereas his opponent and most other Necroz's players just pretty much play the one. So he sided out the one in his main board and sided in the Jin from his side, so he didn't really side one out. Technically he did, but there was still one in the deck. So you can see where there's kind of some confusion with the whole thing. His opponent was upset. He kind of brought it to ARG's attention, and they're just like, well, he technically didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, but to do what he did, as upstanding of a competitor as he has been, you gotta be kind of a shitty person, man. Like, come on. Like, what do you have to do to win? Like, and I understand, there's so many people that have, on both sides, that have great points. Like, yeah, and like, people are bringing up, like, the Webster's Dictionary definition of cheating. Like, that's unnecessary. Like, I took my first instinct of what I saw the situation, and I was like, he kind of cheated, that guy. Legally, did he cheat? Probably not, but like I said, you gotta be a pretty shitty person to try to pull that stunt. And like, so I've watched pretty much everybody's videos. Drew's video I watched Mega Capital G's video, I watched Vexkiz's video, I watched, like, literally everybody that you could think of, big name YouTubers I watched, and I took their opinions into account. And I forget who said it, but there was a very good point brought up in the fact that, okay, so he did this, it was a situation, it was resolved, he still lost, which is fine. I think it would have been a bigger situation had he won. If he just would have came out, hands in the air, and said, look, pulled one over, I apologize, that would have been the end of it, I think. Like, sure, I think there would have been just as many videos made and just as many people kind of, like, salty about it, but it would have been over. We're not going to be talking about this guy like we are now. When you watch him play, and when he plays, like, he's probably the smartest player I've ever seen play. He's very surgical in, like, everything that he does, and is very successful at this game, and I don't think that he needed to do this to continue to be successful. I don't think he needed to. I think had he not done this, he could have gone down as one of the greatest, most honest players ever, which is very hard to find in a game like this, because there's always some sort of controversy, and now you kind of look back and you kind of wonder, has he done anything else? And that's what's really painful about it, because there's always going to be that blemish, that asterisk next to his name now. If he would have just came out and said, look, I'm sorry guys, it was a shitty thing to do. I apologize to all of my fans, to ARG, to the game itself. Like, there's no reason to do that. You're a great player as it is. Stick to that. You're going to do well. You've already done well. So, you guys, if you have anything to say, leave it in the comment section below. That's pretty much the end of my rant. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, guys, remember to subscribe to join the revolution today. This is Slendy Revolution X out. I'm going to go try to get better. I'm going to drink some of this delicious tea to try to soothe myself. Ugh. But other than that, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.